You ever get the feeling that someone is watching you? Like, really watching you, so closely that every movement, every breath is under scrutiny? It sounds like the stuff of paranoia, right? Well, I used to think the same thing. I live on my family's 250-acre property. Most of it is open farmland, but there's a small, dense 2-acre patch of woods to the left of my house that I never explored much, until one day, curiosity got the better of me. Armed with a machete, I decided to check it out. The woods were so thick with vines and poison ivy that I skirted the edges instead of going through the center. As I was nearing the end of my trek, something stopped me in my tracks. An old, filthy mattress lying in a small clearing. Next to it were two unsettling items: a worn-out stuffed rabbit doll and a bowl of water. "What the fuck?" I said aloud, inching closer to this bizarre setup. It looked like it had been abandoned for a long time, but something about it felt off. Then I noticed something that made my stomach drop. The mattress was pointed directly towards my house, and the weeds in front of it had been neatly trimmed. Not enough to stand out, but just enough to give someone a clear view of my home. A flood of questions filled my mind. Why would someone clear a spot here just to watch my house? Who left this mattress and those items? Most terrifyingly, is someone watching me? I brushed it off, trying to rationalize it as a leftover hangout spot for teenagers or something equally mundane. But even as I tried to convince myself it was nothing, the uneasy feeling stayed with me. Every day when I got home from work, I found myself glancing at the woods, and every time, that lingering dread would bubble up again. One night, things got weirder. I arrived home late and, as I stepped out of my truck, my headlights briefly illuminated the woods. For a split second, I saw two large, glowing dots staring back at me. They looked like eyes, but they were too big and far apart to belong to a person. My heart raced as I tried to rationalize what I had seen. But when I locked my truck again, the headlights flashed once more, and this time, nothing. I went inside, trying to calm my nerves. Maybe I had imagined it. Over the next few months, I pushed the memory of the mattress and the strange eyes to the back of my mind. Life went on, and my friend Ryan moved in with me. He decided to build a dirt bike track through the woods, and one day, I showed him the mattress. He just laughed, completely unbothered by it. We decided to haul it out of the woods and toss it in the dumpster. I remember feeling a strange sense of relief after we threw it away, thinking that was the end of the creepy ordeal. Ryan spent months perfecting his dirt bike track, and the sounds of him working on it became so familiar that I hardly noticed them anymore. Then, one Saturday, Ryan went out to work on the track like usual. The day passed without incident until I realized it was nearly 11 p.m., and I hadn't heard from him. The usual sounds of the dirt bike and tractor had disappeared too. I checked around the house, the barn, and even called his phone, but there was no sign of him. Finally, I grabbed an old flashlight and ventured into the woods, following the path of the track he had built. I walked the entire circuit, feeling more and more anxious with every step. Just when I was about to turn back, I spotted something lying in the weeds. It was Ryan's dirt bike, tipped over on its side. My heart sank as I rushed to check if he was nearby, hurt or worse, but there was no sign of Ryan anywhere. As I inspected the bike more closely, I noticed something bizarre. Both the front and back tires were riddled with nails, at least 20 of them stuck in the rubber. This wasn't an accident. Someone had sabotaged the bike. My blood ran cold. Whoever had done this wasn't just watching, they had acted. Panicking, I ran back to the house and called 911. The police came, brought out K9 units, and searched the entire area, but they found nothing. Ryan had vanished without a trace. The officers assured me they'd open a missing persons investigation, but as time went on, hope began to fade. Weeks passed, then months, and still no sign of Ryan. I started walking the track regularly, partly to clear my head, partly hoping to find some clue as to what happened. One day, as I was walking the now overgrown trail, I saw it. That same dirty mattress, lying in the woods, right off the path. My heart dropped. How was it back here? We threw it away. I know we did, but there it was, staring back at me, as if it had never left. That sickening feeling returned, stronger than ever. This wasn't some coincidence. Something or someone was out there, watching. I wish I had done something sooner, but now I can't shake the sense that whatever is going on has only just begun. I'm starting to think I should have trusted my gut. Something is out there, and I don't know what it wants.